Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelkey from Tampa Bay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. I sure hope you guys are ready for an action-packed show today. We have all kinds of exciting things on the docket, from China to Trump to Egypt to our good buddy Oreilly. He has some free time now. He might come in the studio.
Just a little bit.
We're going to check it out, see if we can get him in here. I heard he has a little free time. But good morning, Ryan. How we doing, man?
Couldn't be better. We're just laying so much pipe over here at Tampa Bay Plumbers. It's life is really good.
This guy is not kidding. This is the owner of Tampa Bay Plumbers, Ryan Pelkey, as our co-host, as always on the show. And boy, he's right. He lays pipe all over town. He sure does. And
miles of it.
Miles. Not just inches.
Stop. That's horrible.
All right. How about Doug? We've got Doug, the owner of Suncoast Roofing, always in the studio with us as our co-host. How you doing, man?
Everything's good. How are you?
Pretty good. Hadn't been too much rain recently.
Oh, man, it's been tough.
But you guys are busy still.
Yeah, we have jobs probably till the middle of June right now, so we stay a few weeks out, but it's still just a tough industry to be in right now.
Well, you got a lot of people giving you leads, you know.
There you go.
Talk about laying the pipe.
Oh, man, lead after lead after lead.
God.
These guys are killing me. So we've got to get, as well, I might as well introduce myself here. As Frank Cotto, president of Lincoln Lending Group. If you guys are watching us on Facebook Live, well, you better be watching us on there, first of all. You can check out the shirt here, 813 Mortgage. We're making mortgages great again. Don't forget to call 813 Mortgage, and you drop the E, we're going to drop the fee. We've got that awesome 1% down program we're offering for conventional buyers and FHA loans as low as 500 credit score. And don't forget about our veterans, 550 credit score for veterans. We love you veterans. We charge you nothing. Thank you again for your service. Make sure you call 813 Mortgage. If you need a plumber, 813 Plumber. Or if you need Doug, 888-888-ROOF. Can't forget those numbers. So, in studio, starting it off with a bang here, we've got Chip Deblock. Is that how I pronounce it?
That's good enough.
Good enough, Chip. All right. So, Chip, he has a great talk show on YouTube and on his website. It's Leo Roundtable.com, right, Chip?
That's correct. Leo stands for law enforcement officer. Yep.
Great. That's for everybody who's totally living under a rock.
So were you previously a law enforcement officer?
I was. I retired about 3.5 years ago from Tampa Police, and I was there 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Nice. 30 long years, man. That's great. Thanks for that service.
Hey, you're very welcome.
And so now he's got an exciting talk show. So he's no stranger to the cameras and to the microphones in here and everything. We're going to let Chip chime in on some of this political stuff we're going to talk about in the beginning. And then we're going to go into some of the stuff that Chip is best at. We're going to talk about shooter situations, law enforcement shooter situations. We want to get into some what do you do in these certain situations in your house, in your car. You're the man to talk about it, right?
Okay, I guess I could be.
Well, you know better than us, so you really set us straight. We know we're all armed and dangerous in here. So
I think everyone has their concealed weapons.
Yeah,
I don't. I've taken the course like 10 times.
You just got to fill out the paperwork.
And I never do. I never send the paperwork in.
Well, that's why Chip's here. He's going to run your fingerprints while you're here, and you're done.
We may not get past that issue, though, so we'll see.
Oh, man. That's a good one. If you guys don't have your concealed permit, we'll talk about that on the show as well. You should go out and get it. It's very easy to get here in the state of Florida, and it's a good thing to help you out, protect your family, protect yourself legally if you need to carry a gun into a dangerous place instead of just throwing it in the back pocket and hoping you don't have to use it. So, getting on to some of this crazy news here. We might as well start with our buddy Oreilly. I mean, to talk about the biggest shocker, the number one newsman in the world.
Yeah, the number one show on the number one news network.
Right. And it's not CNN, guys.
And they averaged 4 million, viewers per show, per episode this last quarter, which is their highest ever. So
that's a lot.
Real bummer for Fox to have to do that. They must have had something.
That's only 3.98 million more than us.
I couldn't find anything on what he did or what he allegedly did.
Well, I've only heard one thing, and of course it's hearsay. Okay, it's total hearsay. I don't have anything. Don't come after me there, Bill. Okay, but I heard that he called somebody hot chocolate.
Ooh.
Hot chocolate. I can only imagine who he called hot chocolate. But
Well, that sounds pretty risque.
that's pretty risque.
I don't. It doesn't sound like it's for getting someone fired over.
No. Is that like sexual chocolate? Anybody remember that good old sexual chocolate?
Yeah, Coming to America.
I
that
love
was a
that
great
movie.
Great movie.
I think you need to Google that real quick. So
Well, all morning we were Googling O'Reilly and the offenses and all that, and we couldn't find anything.
but hot chocolate. Did you Google hot chocolate?
Oh, no. Gary, can you Google hot chocolate for us and see what we... And make sure you put hot chocolate O'Reilly. We're not talking Nestle over here.
Bill O'Reilly's hot chocolate.
Tyra Banks is going to come up. Oh, there, they're going to fire me. You see that?
So that dude made $25 million a year doing that
25
show.
mil-
25 mil.
And that's a severance.
1 year.
So they're giving him 25 mil to leave.
Man. So we were talking about where he might land, and there's not really many channel options.
They're going to
out
replace
there.
Rachel Maddow with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Poor
about
Rachel's going to lose her job. I don't know what to say.
I mean, I don't know. He's not going to CNN or MSNBC. I seriously doubt.
What was that station you guys were talking about?
OAN. Have you seen that one, Chip? OAN.
not.
So it's fun. Nobody's seen it, but it's the channel. I think on cable, it's like one channel under Fox News. It's kind of in the middle, but it's pretty interesting. The OAN channel there. It's a new news channel. It hadn't really taken off.
It's awesome.
It's a great channel.
Yeah, it is.
Like Ryan was saying, it's very unbiased.
I love listening to that. And Gary found it here. It was I guess the lady went on The View.
Oh, on The View.
That's what it is.
Speaking of unbiased,
It's actually apparently true. It is.
So what
her
happened?
hot chocolate.
So is she hot? No
Well,
comment.
She's
chocolate.
Wow.
No, we talking is dark chocolate, milk chocolate?
yeah, dark chocolate.
Okay. I'm personally, I like white chocolate truffle. Is one of my favorite flavors. Yeah. Let me see, Gary. Let me turn that thing
honestly
around.
Can't believe that was what would do it. I mean, that doesn't seem like a very.
There has to be more to
Yeah,
it.
there's
that's for
gotta be.
sure.
There has to be more.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that being that kind of a guy in that kind of a role, you're a target. And
Oh, of course,
I know from
yeah.
my own experience that there were people that were just making up some outlandish accusations about me, and I had to weather that storm. So, I mean, I know we're saying, allegedly that he's been accused of doing things. So, who knows if he really did or not? But you are a target when you're Bill O'Reilly.
It had to be bad. I mean, to fire. I mean, you guys got 4 million viewers on every show. I mean,
Yeah, they didn't want to.
yeah, we got a soundbite. You know me and my sound bites. I'm going to throw this out here. I hadn't had a chance to really kind of vet some of these, but this one seemed pretty good here. Blonde backdrop for O'Reilly. Let's see what we got here.
It was a moment that makes you feel like you're there as a blonde backdrop for O'Reilly's opinions and not as a political analyst or a commentator who's there as a person in their own right with their own experiences and their own opinions is contributing.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, what about, okay, so Fox News, I mean, come on, let's be real here. When I first started watching Fox News, it wasn't really for the news. It was for Martha McCallum and that other blonde. I mean, every chick on there is blonde and they're pretty hot and it seemed pretty believable. I mean, right? Am I?
Yeah.
everybody's quiet.
That Huntsman girl. Is it Huntsman? Hudson?
I have no idea.
She's a brunette. She's the one in the morning. She's pretty.
Yeah, I'm probably never up early enough for that one.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I missed that one.
Frank, you'll never see that program.
I didn't
You
see
have
the PM
you'll have to
shows.
YouTube it.
Have to
Just
YouTube
Yeah,
it.
you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I call him at 9:30. He's like, "Oh, I'm finally up." I'm like, I've been up for like 4 or 5 hours, man. What the heck?
I'm
Oh
like,
my
what is
God,
wrong
I've
with you
already made
people?
so much money today. It's ridiculous.
God, man, these guys just make me look bad every day. But so I saw the picture of hot chocolate over there, and I don't know.
I just don't see it. There's got to be something else
It looked
to
like a
it.
gallon of hot chocolate.
Yeah, I think that was. I'm with you on that. It was like a 5-gallon hot chocolate. But,
It wasn't a cup.
I'm more into strawberry milk myself. I don't know. Is it offensive? Gingerbread cookies or anything like that. We have a very good friend who's very redheaded. I have a great. She doesn't think it's that offensive when she walks in. I'm like, where are the gingerbread cookies?
Who's that?
It's Katie, Lauren's friend, Katie.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
listening,
Yeah,
Katie,
yeah.
how you doing? We love you. We love you. Strawberry milk all the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just joking around. You're having a good time. I can't believe that would end such a prosperous show like that. That's crazy.
Something tells me O'Reilly's going to be okay. I think. Probably be on the BET in like a week.
He's going to be.
What's that? Oh, that's my phone. I thought the president was coming in in here.
He's going to be giving lectures at UC Berkeley here next week. Is what it's going to end up happening.
Speaking of, this whole thing with who is it? Ann Coulter?
Yeah.
So they cannot guarantee her safety on the Berkeley campus. So they want to move around the whole thing. I mean, what do you think, Chip? They have a police force over there. I mean, you're telling me the police can't guarantee her safety, or they just don't want to?
I'm sure there's a hidden story here somewhere. So, but there's got to be.
There's got to be. I mean, come on. You see these riots over there. When I saw those videos from a month or two ago, I think it was in Ryan's living room, and I literally was like, "That's not America. That doesn't even look like our country." When you see when they're destroying the city over, who was that guy that was talking?
Those are kids. Those are students that we're paying. Taxpayer dollars are allowing them to go to school there.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing.
Is it a public university?
I believe so.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's public.
So they've got the grants and the scholarship money. All that's taxpayer, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, and then you got Soros paying the protesters as well. So, gotta love that guy.
That whole situation needs to stop. They're basically taking away our freedom of speech over there. I mean, they have. Freedom of speech does not exist in UC Berkeley.
Nope. What about you, Doug? You're awfully quiet.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Just listening. All right. Need to have enough shots this morning, apparently. All right. So we got about 45 seconds. I think when we pick up in the next segment, before we get all gun crazy here with Chip, we're going to talk about a little drone saga in the neighborhood. We're going to talk about flying drones and the legality and how everybody's scared about what they can and can't do. We're going to talk about Trump and the meeting with the Egyptian leader. And might throw in a little bit about old Russia and Putin. He's flying his bombers bareback over Alaska. So we're going to have to figure this whole thing out here. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour on 970. Good morning if you're listening this morning. And if not, get on our Facebook page and watch us Facebook Live, or go to the YouTube channel, The Business Happy Hour, and start watching. We want to start a stream of comments here on the gun stuff. We'll be back in just a minute on the Business Happy Hour.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We're glad you're listening. In studio here with Chip Deblock with the LEOroundtable.com. We're going to stay on the topic here a little bit on some of the most recent national headlines, and then we're going to go right into our crazy gun talk on the second half of the show. So, our man Donald Trump, good old Donnie.
Had a good week.
Yeah,
very good week.
Really good week. What were you telling me at the pre-plan meeting about the Egyptian meeting? I totally missed that.
I thought that was hilarious. You know, Obama worked for 3 years to do something.
To free these guys.
Trump has the president, was Sini, or I can't remember the name of the Egyptian president, over to the White House a week ago.
King Tut. It's King Tut.
Done. Released. I mean, Trump sends the plane over to pick him up and bring him back home.
So Ryan kind of skipped around a little bit. We had three Egyptian Americans were being held captive in Egypt, and for 3 years, Obama did his darndest with that. He kept sending the Staples reset buttons over there.
So I wonder if you took him out Mar-a-Lago and play golf.
That's what we were saying. You know, he showed him how big his hands were.
It's funny. Everyone they constantly complain about that because he's played golf, I guess, 20 times since he's been president, and I guess all other presidents maybe 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, and every time he plays, something actually happens in the world.
People don't realize when you're on the golf course, you get to know somebody so much better than just sitting at lunch or having a meeting one-on-one.
Yeah. So true.
And so you form friendship and bond that way easily.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
everyone's complaining about what he's doing, but the guy works all the time. He works while he's golfing. He works in the morning when he's on the toilet. The guy works all
Dude, I get my best work
his
done
gold toilet.
Yeah, his gold toilet.
Well, you know what? Where would you spend your time? I'd rather be in Mar-a-Lago than D.C. up, the White House. That puts the White House to shame. That property.
You realize what a downgrade it is? I mean, the crappy Air Force One.
Well, even his penthouse comparison to the White House.
Yeah, I mean, for real, the White House. What a shack that is. You know? Oh my God, man.
It needs serious renovations. It's falling apart.
It is. Well, the quarters. If you ever watch? I can't remember what show it was where they kind of did an inside show. They kind of have just their own little wing. You know, they don't really run around the whole house. It's basically like a glorified large apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real step down for him. It must be tough to adjust.
That's why he's not there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's why he's not there.
Oh, man.
But I tell you, why not use Mar-a-Lago? Didn't it look great having the president from China over there?
Well, the biggest issue, what they're saying, too, is that because of Mar-a-Lago and where it's located, being on the water and all those other issues, it's a lot of money that we're spending just to make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
Security. Yeah.
Security is a ton.
Yeah.
Because they have to protect from the water, from the land, and all around him. It's very expensive.
Plus, they have to defend Melania up in New York. That's a nightmare.
Yeah. Please defend Melania.
Well, didn't she say she's coming back down? Like
She's
once
back.
she's out of school, or once the kid's out of
She's
school?
back. She's back in the White House.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Yeah, good.
So her son's probably moved in the White House and all that.
They are.
Good. See, that's good news.
I thought they were going to wait until after the school season, his school year was done.
Well, I guess school's up
pretty close
soon.
to out.
Yeah, school's up now, isn't it?
A few weeks here in Tampa.
Well,
at
up
least.
north it's a little earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You northern guys.
They don't go to school as long up there.
Doug's our resident Yankee.
I don't think DC is a Yankee. I don't think I'm considered being a
Yeah,
Yankee.
you guys are kind of an
We're
anomaly.
right in the middle.
Just a bunch of DBs.
The whole thing that's freaking me out about the what's happened in the news lately is the Bear bomber, like you mentioned, doing all those
Yeah,
flybys.
that's scary.
That just seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah,
to
so
provoke.
Putin's flying his nuclear bomb-equipped Bear bombers. At least they have the ability to carry their nukes about 30 miles off the coast of Alaska, and it's supposed to be a show of force. I'm not really sure about that.
I don't really get it. It seems
Show
like
of
it could, if
stupidity.
anything, just cause an accident to happen. Because we scrambled F-22 Raptors on Monday.
Oh, this was Monday we scrambled the Raptors?
Yeah, and then since then we haven't even bothered to do anything. We've just let them fly and turn around.
Basically, we just showed them. It's like, hey guys, check it out.
Just so you know.
See this nice new toy we got? Yeah. I mean, what are they gonna do? Bomb the Eskimos anyway? I mean, come on.
What are they doing?
Well, it's oil and stuff,
That's a good point.
But you're right. Accidents happen. You never know.
That is the scary part.
It
I
only
agree.
takes one.
Right. Yeah. I don't think we actually have a real worry about them dropping a bomb. But that's the other thing about North Korea. It's the accident that might happen. One of their missiles goes awry, and it lands in Seoul, or one guy on the DMZ fires one shot.
Right.
That's what you got to worry about. Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the North Korean situation's a real bummer. Also, I mean, it seems like there's really no good move there. You're dealing with a madman.
But China, the thing what Doug was saying, I mean, having the president of China, it actually seems like we are actually making headway with the diplomacy there, because China's now going to put some pressure.
Oh yeah,
on North
without
Korea.
question. And on The View, I forgot the lady's name.
It's your favorite show.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The lady,
Barbara Walters.
Not the main lady, but the other one. She
Hot chocolate.
Funny, 'cause I almost said that. Thank God.
See, you could have had it. For
Hot Chocolate compared Trump to Lil Kim. Or whatever.
Little Kim.
The censor's working overtime today.
But how could you do that? How can you say, with a straight face, that the president of the United States is on the same par with this scumbag?
Dude, how can you say anything with a straight face on CNN? I mean, come on.
The fat chubby kid.
The fat chubby kid. That is funny. They've said that. Did Trump say that?
McCain said that.
No, McCain
said something about the chubby kid over there in North Korea.
Chubby Asian kid? That's not nice.
So you read that the Russian put a ban to Jehovah's Witnesses, calling them an extremist group.
Yeah, that was interesting. So basically, that's religious persecution.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Jehovah's
And I guess they've been
Witnesses-
trying to do it for a while, and now they've brought it back again.
What about Islam? Have they banned that yet?
No, that's the crazy part.
No, it's a new national religion. They're going to ride bareback on their camels. And
No, well, they do really, really bad things to terrorists over there in Russia. They don't put up with it.
I like the way they do. Anytime you see like a hostage situation in Russia, it lasts all of about 15 minutes. As soon as the SWAT gets there, they're like, okay, going in, blasting everybody. We saved most of the hostages, but we killed all the terrorists. Honestly, great idea. I mean, collateral damage. Well, we're in America, though. We sit there for days, and you could probably give some insight on that, Chip, but we only have 26 seconds left. So when we get back, we're just going to start talking some LEO stuff with Chip, maybe some past stories. We want to get some advice on concealed carrying, shooting from cars, from houses, from radio stations. Who knows? Let's just see what we can do here. So in just a minute, we'll have Chip Deblock. We're going to start talking about that. Thanks for listening to the Business Happy Hour, and make sure you tune in to our Facebook page or YouTube, The Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. Glad you guys are listening. It's time to get into some gun talk here with Chip Deblock. Oh, yeah, that's good. Gun talk with Chip Deblock, something like that.
Hey, my favorite part.
Here we go. And don't forget to check out Chip on leoroundtable.com, leoroundtable.com. It's a great talk show. We also want to start a little bit of banter on our Facebook page. Love it or hate it, if you like what we're saying or not. We'd love to have your opinion. Go to the Business Happy Hour. You can also go to the website, tbhh.tv, or just Google us and give us your comment. We want to hear everything that you have to say, and we'd love to talk about it on Facebook. So, Chip, we've got all kinds of questions for you over here, man.
Oh, gosh, I hope I can handle this pressure.
I'm curious, like, if let's just say there's a robber. Let's say I hear a commotion in my kitchen. I step out of my room and I grab my firearm before I go into the kitchen and I see an intruder in there. If I shoot him dead, could I be charged with a crime?
Well, it really all depends. It depends on what's running through your mind. If you're in fear of your life, then you would be justified. But you would have to articulate that too, though. I mean, let's face it, some guys would be in that scenario and maybe not be in fear of life. They might yell at them, tell them to get out of there, or they might just physically manhandle them home until the police get there because, is this guy armed? Is he just there getting to the
So I'm sure if you shoot
what?
him in the back as he's running out, it's probably going to be bad. But if it's face on, maybe it might be a little different. I mean...
Yeah, and it really could be different for everybody. I mean, let's face it. I mean, of course, you've always got the guy listening to the show saying, well, I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to drag him back inside my house and make sure this is all legal. So,
So it has to be in the walls of your house. It can't be on your property.
No, I think your property is your castle. Is that right?
Well, you've got some other things that come into play too. You've got, your stand your ground, which is in Florida, and of course, we've got the Curtis Reeves, situation that I've been following closely, in court right now, and of course, he just lost his stand your ground defense, which means that probably sometime next year he'll be doing a murder trial. So, second.
Tell us about that one a little bit.
It sounds like he murdered him to me.
Well, they've got. Well, look. Curtis Reeves, for our listeners who are unfamiliar with it, he's a retired Tampa police captain. He was in a movie theater in Pasco County.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he murdered him.
And we had a guy on his phone. And
Okay.
this is, it's highly controversial, but anyhow, you've got different versions of the story, but the best one that I read, at least from Curtis's side, to make it go really quick, is that the guy was on his phone, but it was preview. So the movie had not actually started, but he asked the guy twice to put the phone away. The guy refused to. In fact, the guy, according to Curtis's side, used some profanity. Curtis went and got management, told them about the story. As soon as he comes and sits down, you can see this on the video. There's a video, and then there's an enhanced video.
Uh-huh.
So as soon as Curtis sits down, this guy comes over. He's on the outside of the frame, but he comes over and he gets in Curtis's face. Curtis is sitting down. Now, you got to remember, Curtis is 71 years old.
Right.
In the state of Florida, if you're 65 or older, anything that happens to you, it's going to be a crime against the elderly.
Right.
So first-degree misdemeanor automatically becomes a third-degree felony. And third-degree felony becomes a second-degree felony, which, of course, is more serious. So in the course of the altercation, this guy takes a cell phone, which is debated, and he throws it, hits Curtis in the head with it. Now, there's an enhanced video that shows a lit object. Now, the judge...
lead object?
A lit object.
A lit object?
Lit object. So it looks like look, when I saw it, it matched the story. I thought it was a phone.
Yeah.
I thought it was the lit screen from the phone. The
Right.
judge thought that it was a reflection off the shoe of somebody. So, we may never know for sure what happened, but depends on if you give him the benefit of the doubt. And also, it's the guy takes Curtis's popcorn, knocks it into his head. Now, Curtis's glasses were, knocked off his face and stuff. Now, these are two batteries. So, but because he's 65 or older, he was 71 at the time, he's 74 now. So because of that age, it automatically becomes two felonies. So the battery, which would normally be a first-degree misdemeanor, it's a third-degree felony. And then, of course, the aggravated battery, which is hitting you with a cell phone in the head. And during the trial, the prosecution released that the defense released that the phone that was thrown to hit Curtis in the head weighed more than a cue ball. Now think about that for a second.
What?
That would hurt.
There's no doubt if that's true, and I have no reason to believe it's not, that would definitely be a deadly weapon. It could definitely kill you. Or in this case, it only needs to really substantiate that it's going to be serious bodily harm that you would suffer from it.
But he lost his stand your ground case.
He lost his stand your ground, and so which means that he just lost the ability to use that defense. So
because he could have walked away from the situation.
Well, I don't know that he could have. You know what? They would have. Look, everybody would have liked to have seen him be a bloody mess by the time he pulled the trigger. He got hit twice, and he pulled. You know, he had his gun on his hip, and very quickly fired one shot, went through the bad guy Chad Olson's wife's hand, and then it went into Chad Olson and killed Chad Olson.
Oh my God! So. What do you think's going to happen to him? Do you think he's going to get like a second-degree murder charge, or?
You know, I still believe that Curtis Reeves is going to get off.
You do?
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. That's more detail than I've ever gotten on the case. I mean, from the outside, I just thought that's over too much force. I mean, deadly force. I didn't ever hear anything about the weight of the phone, the cue ball, the fact that it hit his head. I mean, that's a big deal.
I thought the only thing I ever heard was like the guy threw popcorn on him and he turned around and shot him.
That's all I ever heard as well. So obviously there's always more to the story than what we really know.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting.
So, and I guess your age, what you said before struck me, because if a guy is 71 years old, he's going to be more intimidated than a 35-year-old man, you know, and I feel like he would be potentially feel like his life could be threatened easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that also goes to the conversation we were having on the break, the size of the individual. I mean,
how big was Chad?
Chad was a thick guy, right?
Well, Chad was thin. He was over 6 foot, or I should say at least 6 foot. But he was tall and you know on the thinner side. So, but you know Curtis Reeves is a tall guy too. But of course, you know Chad Olson, I believe, was 34 years old, and I think Curtis was 71 or 65 at the time.
Wow.
I'm sorry, 71 at the time.
Very interesting to see how this plays out.
So why do you think he lost the stand your ground then?
You know, I read the judge's decision. The judge didn't believe him. She didn't believe Curtis Reeves. She doesn't think that he was in fear of his life because of his training. Now, of course, before trial, you know, Curtis fell down, broke his hip. So that gives you an indication on. Look, I used to, you know, I worked with Curtis Reeves. You know, he was a captain there. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt when he was given testimony in the backseat of a police car saying that he got hit with a phone, and then he had no way of knowing the video was going to show it. The enhanced video was going to show a lead object coming and hit him in the head. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt on that. So, but it is, look, on my channel, you know, on the Legal Roundtable YouTube channel, I'm getting slammed by people who think that, you know, he's definitely needs to, you know, die and go to hell. You know, people, it's very controversial. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think ultimately, I predict that he will end up not getting convicted of second-degree murder.
Maybe some lesser charge. I definitely want to have you back on when that verdict comes down. That's you've given me more insight to that in 3 minutes.
We've talked about it in depth. I've even had the George Zimmerman attorney, Don West, who's in Orlando. He's been on my show with Luke LaRoe, who's also a local attorney here, talking about this in depth, about the standing ground defense and about the whole case. So.
Yeah, well, that's really, really interesting. Well, let's get into a couple specific scenarios. We could go over these cases forever, and I'd love to talk about Zimmerman too.
So obviously, for like a self-defense weapon, like what caliber do you recommend? And like,
there we go. Let's talk about that.
You know, that's good. You know, I personally like 357 Magnums, and I'll tell you why. You know, 357 Magnum typically it's going to be a revolver, and you can shoot 38 through it. So if you've got a female and she doesn't like the kick of the 357, put a 38 in it. And
put a short 38 or some wad cutters or something they can handle. And
exactly. You know, or you want to go to the range, you don't want to run expensive ammo like 357, shoot 38 through it. So it's a good gun, but I would say it probably wouldn't be a good concealable gun. So it's a good.
Yeah, I want to draw the line here. What is your favorite caliber for taking down a suspect quickly, and then what is your favorite concealed caliber?
Okay, well, look, FBI has gone back to 9mm. That's why you have law enforcement agencies all over the country going back to 9. Right. So I would say 9. I mean, I go between carrying 9mm and 40 caliber, but 9 is really the way to go, I believe, as far as bullet performance goes.
Okay, and that now is that for concealed as well? You prefer a 9? You
know, look, it's tough to get a good concealable 9mm.
Right, bingo.
Myself, there's a Sig Sauer makes a 290 RS. It's the smallest. It's about the size of a 380, and a 380 round is really like a short 9mm.
Yep, 9mm Kurtz. Yeah.
Yeah. So a Sig 290 RS is a if you want to carry 9mm, it's about the smallest 9 you're going to be able to find. It's a great gun.
What are your thoughts on 45s?
Look, 45s are great. You know, we have a ATF guy on the show, Dan O'Kelly, that says, you know, I carry a 45 because I don't want to have to shoot the guy more than once. You know, so and they don't get back up.
All my pistols are 45. So,
you know. So yeah, you've got the 4. I've noticed, and I actually just posted something on Facebook the other day. You have the 45 crowd, and then you have everybody else almost. Or I am a huge fan of 380 for concealed carry. You know, it's got the same diameter, similar weight to a 9mm.
Yes,
right?
I just got my wife a new Kimber 380. It's pretty nice.
And
it's small.
Yeah,
it's
my dad just
tiny.
got the Kimber 380, the small concealed one.
Yep.
And that's a great weapon. I like that. I like that you have a low recoil. So I actually had bought recently a Walther PPS 40 cal. It's a slimline Walther meant for concealed carry. And I had it at the office, and I was like, you hadn't shot it. So I brought it out 2 nights ago. I was like, yeah, might as well train on this gun a little bit. And it was horrible. It was way too much power for the light frame and for the skinny frame, and it was just pounding my hand and thumb every time I fired it. I couldn't get repeat shots onto target quickly, and basically it's gone now. I put my 19 back in my desk at this point, my Glock 19, because at least I know it's reliable and I can count on it, and I have more firepower with it, even though it's a larger gun. And for concealed, I like the SIG P238. But the downside is when those small caliber small guns, you only get 6-7 rounds.
6-7 rounds.
Right. So, but then again, if you're training well, and I don't like the Chip's opinion on this, to me, shot placement means more than caliber in a lot of situations.
Yeah, if you got a gun that's just kicking that much and you can't get sight acquisition quickly, you know,
Right.
you may get one good shot and that's it.
Bingo.
That's just so
Follow-up
important.
shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, so very, very important. So you're right. You know, 380. Look, with everything going down, I want to be carrying a 9mm, so that's why I found the SIG, 290. But
Right.
I understand that 380 is going to give you a little bit more concealability factor. So
Totally.
look, if it's the difference between you having a gun on you and not, get something that you can carry and have it concealed.
Bingo. All right, we're going to be back in just a minute here. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour. We're going to talk more about preferred calibers. I'm going to bring up something about Israeli Special Forces using 22s for defense. Be back in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including curtain-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Cotto.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the show. I'm going to get right back into it because we only have a whopping 7 minutes to finish up with Chip, and we're going to have you on again, man, because this is good stuff here. We're going to have, next time we have him on, we'll make sure to tease you guys. We're going to do a live in-studio reenactment of a scene, a possible police shooting scene, and we're going to talk about how different camera angles can change the story on who's right, who's wrong during those active shooter situations. I guess I'll volunteer for that. Doug has already been volunteered to be the one to be now. What is he going to be? He's going to be the perp.
Well, there will be taser involved too on this one.
Oh, great! Oh, taser! All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna get to taser Doug.
Little drive stun.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna bring a paintball gun. Doug's like, how did I get?
Yeah, seriously.
I appreciate you volunteering.
Gary looks like the biggest perp in here. So
Gary's got a little more cushion for it.
I know.
It'll go straight to my bones.
We can't really throw Gary around though. So hey, I want to say thank you to Rick Taseda, our in-house photographer. He's back in studio with us, snapping some pictures. Don't forget, if you want the best pictures in Tampa Bay, an extremely reasonable price and a real professional, make sure you call Rick Taseda. His website is ricktaseda, TAUCEDA.com. Rick, TAUCEDA.com. Rick, thank you for the pictures. So Chip, let's hit a couple scenarios here. Car. And I know you said it's obviously subject to if your life is threatened, you know, how big the person is, what weapons they have, but your car is your house, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so somebody approaches your window. They haven't necessarily broken the window or anything. I imagine deadly force is not necessary. And the whole idea is if you can get away, you should get away before turning deadly force. But if I'm in the car with my wife and my 2 kids and somebody comes up to it and they break the window, is that enough for me to use my weapon?
It would be reasonable if you were in fear of your life for someone to believe that you were in fear of your life at that point.
Okay.
Now, you're right. It should be the last resort. You know, you shouldn't be running around just waiting for the opportunity, even if it can be justified. And look, as cops, we've all been in situations where we could have used deadly force,
sure, but
we did not, you know, for whatever reason. So, but yeah, in that situation, look, a lot of people with these CCF permits, you know, and in Florida, you know, the CCF permit, you know, instruction can be different on that. But look, you don't have to have a CCF permit to carry a gun, assuming that you're not a convicted felon.
Right, in your car.
In your car, right. So, but in certain places, if you have it under the seat, you're going to go to jail. I mean, that's you're carrying a concealed firearm. But if you have it in the glove box and it's closed, it doesn't have to be locked. You're good to go.
Right. The whole 3-step thing is a myth. It just has to be one thing you open before you get to it. Glove compartment, center console.
But yeah, but you can't have it under your seat. You can't have it under your leg. So you can even ride around with it in plain view on the passenger seat if you want to. So.
Oh, you can.
You can.
So that is. I was wondering about like gun racks and whatnot. So literally, I hate to say I had my PPS sitting in my center console for one short ride the other day, and I thought I was doing something wrong. But so it can be fully visible.
Yeah, because it's not concealed at that point. So as long as you're not a prohibited person. But remember, under your seat, you don't want to be able to, really the 3-step rule is what I would work off of that principle because, you have to reach forward to the glove box. You have to open it, reach in and grab your gun. So
legally there is still, even with concealed weapons, you have to have a 3-step. So I keep mine in my console. So how would I have 3 steps?
If you have a CCW permit, he can conceal it, right?
Yeah, if you have a CCW permit, you can carry it any which way you want to.
Right, you're talking about people who don't.
Oh,
it's a misconception that you have to have one to carry it in your car. Like my father used to have a holster on the side of his steering column with his weapon right there. And I assume he's okay because it's in plain sight.
Yeah, well, it depends on, I guess, on how much, as long as you could tell, you could see the gun. I mean, you have some holsters that will fully,
Oh, no, you can see it.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. That's a good debunk right there.
But I wouldn't recommend driving around with a gun in plain view on your seat. I'm just saying, technically, you can do that. But
it'll present a big problem if you get pulled over.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want the cop walking up to you and you say.
So that brings up a good question. So I mean, it hasn't happened to me yet, but if I get pulled over and I do have a gun on me, even though I have my concealed weapons permit, like, what's the proper way to let the officer know that?
Look, guys.
Tell us.
I was a cop for 30 years. I would not look unless you're in a situation where he's going to be extracting you out of the car and maybe putting his hands on you and maybe he's going to pat you down, whatever. I wouldn't mention about having a concealed weapon on me.
Right.
And
That's what I've heard.
And look, it raises the alarm bells. Even being a retired cop, if I get pulled over, of course I would assume that I was doing something wrong. But sure. But I don't bring it up.
Okay.
Unless I absolutely have to. So
yeah, constitutionally you don't have to mention it, but I agree with you. If they're going to take you out of the car, if they're going to pat you down, it's about making the officer comfortable and both of your safety.
That's right. And you got new guys out there that just haven't been around long enough and their blood pressure goes up, and they're going to treat you differently knowing that you got the gun on you.
So what happens if you have the gun in your glove box and that's where you have to go reach to go grab your?
At that point, you would have to say something. Say, officer, look, I'll get my driver's license or my registration on the glove box, but I do have a firearm in there. And so he's, he may want to get it himself, or he may let you get it and watch you doing it.
Sure.
It's really up to him.
Would you like to point the gun at me while I get it?
Probably. I would think so.
Now, my uncle was Doc Holliday. So, so we only have 1:40 left. Let's go into a house situation really quick. Okay. They are. My worry is I'm going to catch a perp on my patio. Okay, I'm going to see him with a weapon on my patio through my windows, that could enter my house. They're on my property now. Could I, for instance, yell at them and they still wanted to try and break in? Could I shoot through the door or the window? Or I'm not really in fear of my life because they're not in the same room as me.
Yeah, I would say you probably would have a hard time with that one. Now they're actually breaking into your house.
Okay.
You would be good to go. Look,
they need to have a leg in.
This still doesn't mean you're not going to. Yeah, they may have a leg in.
Johnny Cochran.
So just pull one of the legs in.
They may find your fingerprints on that leg too, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why you carry latex gloves on you. Come on, Chip, you've been around.
But in all the stuff we're talking about does not mean you're not going to have to go to court to defend yourself too. So you may be completely justified, but you still may have to defend your actions in court and hire an attorney.
Got it. Well, I want to get Chip back on as soon as possible. I have way more questions for him, like the type of gun. If I'm using an assault rifle on the guy, am I going to be looked at a little differently? Weapon choice. If I have a suppressor on my gun when I take him down. I don't know.
Good questions.
Good questions. They're all good questions. So, Chip, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome. Definitely. We are absolutely having you back on right away. Next week, we're going to have Marielix Quinones, a Venezuelan, U.S.-American co-citizen and an attorney in Venezuela, talking about the political climate in Venezuela. Do not miss that show. And go to our leoroundtable.com to see more of Chip. And I promise we're going to have him on in the next few weeks, guys. Thanks for listening to the Business Happy Hour. It's been a great show, guys.
Thanks.
As always.
Take care. All right. See you guys next week at the same time. And don't forget to see us on YouTube.
Beautiful.